Up and at 'em, everybody. I am on the home stretch with these knives. I am doing the final sanding on the handles, and I will get those finished, or the finish put on them. These are almost done. J-nail Skinner, Deluxe J-nail Skinner, J-nail Skinner, neck knife. These will be available here shortly. Pair of camp knives and another camp knife, and 2 Ulus over there. I feel somewhat a little bit better this morning. Benadryl, that's what I was trying to think of yesterday, the little pink pills. That seems to help a little bit. I'm still got the runny nose a little bit, but not so bad. I don't feel really bad, I just got stopped up head, you know. Thought I'd take just a minute while I'm doing this and answer a couple of questions. Y'all can't see what I'm doing. Got my homemade sanding jig going here. Couple of questions. Are you watching the Olympics? No. I don't care absolutely nothing about them. They used to be a big deal when I was a kid. Back in the day when meant something, you know, and to me it doesn't mean anything anymore. You got some of these so-called athletes that bad-mouthing the president, bad-mouthing the country, and I'm distancing myself a lot from, like I said before, I don't watch much news. I watch, 15-20 minutes in the morning, and that's it. I do listen to talk radio a little bit, mainly for background noise. I listen to, most of the time, the morning local radio show out of Pensacola, which they have got now to where they do talk some local stuff, you know, and have local politicians and guests on, which any politics I do pay attention to is local, because that affects us. The rest of the garbage that goes on is exactly that, it's just garbage. And let's see, what else was I asked? Well, I ain't done with that. I gotta find it sandpaper. I forget what it was now. If I remember it here in a minute, I'll get back to it. But that is what I'm doing today. I'm doing the finishing work, and I'll start on the leather. And Mama was going to put me to work in the house today, but now she decides she don't want to do that today, so I'm going to let her enjoy her day off watching that silly women's channel on TV or whatever it is she's going to do in there. She sees this, I'll be in trouble. Alright. Keeping on. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Alrighty, I am about to stamp some belt loops. Thought I'd show y'all how to do that. Nothing to it. And maybe we'll talk a little more. Now this is that leather I got at the leather store the other day. It's vegetable tan. This is actually a piece of belly leather. It was I'd started buying the bigger pieces, the shoulders, double shoulders, at the local leather store. All of a sudden went up like 20 bucks a piece on those things. That's one thing, I've got to find a better leather supplier. Now I like the ladies up there, they're very nice, but it's also very expensive. I know Tandy stores are very good to go to, but the closest one to me, as far as I can tell, is Birmingham, Alabama, which is about, goodness, 5 or 6 hours from here. Not really worth making a trip to us in that way anyway. Just like that, ain't nothing to it. And I have started putting the date on the bottom of these. Because I look at some things that I've made and I have no clue when I made it. Plus it looks pretty cool, I think. I've been listening to the radio this morning. Well, it's afternoon now, almost afternoon, not quite. And I hear they are considering raising the age limit on buying guns, such as, you know, ARs and that kind of thing, to 21. Now I got my first gun when I was 8 years old. And I plan on, and both of my sons got theirs when they were about that age. And if I have anything to do about it, my grandsons will have a gun when they're 8, 9, maybe 10. A gun to hunt with, not an AR-15. I know a lot of people like them. I carried the M16 in the military along with a 45, and I was assigned a 50 caliber machine gun as well. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? And you know, I don't really disagree with that, because when I was 17 years old, I bought my first shotgun that I bought by myself, and I got it. It's in my cabinet right now. And it was an old gun then, and it still works just fine. Of course, I bought a new one since then, you know, not a better shotgun. But face it, folks, when most of us were 18, 17, 18, we were much, much, much more mature than some of these kids now. Not all the kids, some of them. There's a lot of kids still very mature and are able to handle going and buying stuff like that. But you know, in this day and age of the snowflake generation, maybe it's not such a bad idea. The only thing with it that I think is that gets their foot in the door to change this, change that, change this, change that. That's what you got to look at. But I don't know. By the time my grandchildren are my age, they probably will be banned, this and that and the other. But what else is banned? Drugs? Law on drugs? Yeah. Do we still have them? Yeah. These politicers are just, there's a term for it, but I won't say it. Anyway, something I observed by listening to the radio a little bit this morning while I'm working. I've got a table full of leather. I already had 3 of these made. 3 belt loops was already done, so thought I'd show you these. Knives are all but finished. Just got to do the final grind and final sharpen. The handles are drying very nicely. And so they're all hanging up right there. These are the two that were done the other day. I've got the sheaths or growing right over there because I wanted to get some nicer leather for those, and I did. I've got to stamp out the initials and all on those. I may even add a deer head on those two big ones. But there they are, and there's the rest of them are on the table. And I've got a bunch of work to do. So I'll go ahead and shut my mouth and I'll start doing it. I'll be back in a little bit and see how far I get. Almost time to go in. I'm about whooped. I've got 9 sheaths ready to sew. And that's a lot of leather to cut in one day. Plus I got the knives finished, just about finished, just final sharpening on. I had a couple of questions come in while I was working today. Portuguese prepper. How do I put an edge on the blade? Alright, this is a deluxe J-Nail Skinner I showed y'all earlier. I'll do the final grinding on the belt grinder. And I'll get the edge and the geometry like I want it. And you want to get a burr raised up on one side once you get it straight. Right, take a file, gently knock that burr off of there. Just like that. Right, there's still a little bit of a burr there, but just get the most of it off of there. Alright, it's sharp, but it's not sharp. Then you put it on whetstone, plain old whetstone. That's a water stone. Then put it on an Arkansas stone, which is an oil stone. Put some oil on it, sharpen it there. Then what do I do with it? I just had it right here. Get you a leather stroke. This is a piece of 2x4 with a piece of leather glued to it. Now you don't have to use this kind. You can use a belt, a leather belt or a leather boot, something like that. And just work it back and forth, stroke it down good, and that's where your edge comes from. Another question also, Mr. Portuguese Prepper. You mean like those? Yep, the saw has held up very well. I do like those Milwaukee blades, plus I can get them at the local hardware. They've got them all the time, so I don't have to order anything. I just go get them when I need them. But yeah, the saw's held up well. It will cut. I mentioned before the 1095 steel that you get. It's already pre-softened. Works very well on that. Some of the reclaimed steel I use, like on these knives, the saw blades, it don't cut it. It will cut it, but you'll wear out a blade trying to cut. Wear out a saw blade trying to cut one. So it's not always the best choice for all material. But for this kind of stuff, I use my 4-inch angle grinder. I'm very comfortable with that, and that works very well. It just takes a little bit longer. Now let's see, let me show you all J-Nail Skinner, standard J-Nail Skinner, and a standard neck knife. This one's not been sharpened yet, will be shortly. These two are available today. They won't last long. Almost done with the scabbard. That's that one. And that one. Anybody interested, let me know. Standard J-Nail Skinner price, $25 plus $5 shipping on a J-Nail. This neck knife here, $35 plus $5 shipping on the neck knife. And if you want both of them, I'll do you a better deal. Just let me know. Remember, if you want them, let me know now, because they won't last long. I just had a couple of extra pieces of metal, and while I was doing all these other ones, I did that one. I'm going to wait and show you all the rest of them when they get all finished, which will be tomorrow. So I've done about all I can do today. I've got probably, I would say, I've got 9 sheaves, so that's probably at least 6 hours worth of sewing. Got to sit here and sew all of them together. And the allergies was down with the pollen and all this morning. It was damp, cool. Got warm, the wind started blowing and stopped up again. So it's time to go inside and find something to eat anyway. And the last thing I want to say is, sort of, I was talking earlier about the gun thing, and still been listening to the radio, which maybe I shouldn't be, but these kids in Tallahassee, in my state, Tallahassee, Florida, they are down there trying to force lawmakers to do something. Now, folks, we cannot allow children, which that's what they are, they're children. I guess maybe they got their right to say something, but we cannot let children make the rules. What do you think would happen if children make the rules in the house? Do what they want to do when they want to do it, and they tell the parents what to do? Oh wait, why do you think we're having so much trouble out of some of these kids? Some of these kids, not all these kids. My kids growing up, they live under my roof. They do what I said. They were taught that from the time they were born. I had basically not much trouble. Now, the youngest boy had a little bit of mischief, just plain old boy mischief. I gave my parents more trouble than what he gave us, and I never got any kind of serious trouble. When I was growing up, we had guns, we had knives, we had fishing poles, we had all kind of stuff. We never, ever, ever thought about hurting anybody, tearing up property. We never thought about talking back to our parents. Because let me tell you what, if I talk back to my mama or my daddy back in the day, yeah, you know, y'all know what I mean. And they say, well, you can't spank your kids anymore. You can't punish your kids anymore. They said that when my kids was growing up. Well, every one of mine, all 4 of them, can absolutely tell you they got their butt tanned a time or two. And it only took a time or two. I think that's 99% of the problem is not the kids, it's the parents. I was asked a couple of years back, would I volunteer and help teach young people, young boys. I tried it one time. For those of y'all that do work with young people, that's good on you. If you want to take that chance, because, I mean, you can talk till you're blue in the face. Well, I did. And they don't listen. But the group that I had, they didn't want to listen. Pardon me, they know everything. And I'm talking about from 8 to 9 to 11 and 12 years old. So I'll not ever put myself in that position again. And it only takes one time for one of them to get mad at you and say, well, he did this, he touched me. And your life is ruined. The adults are not being adults anymore. So, pardon me. There's more of that pollen. But, that's my take on the whole thing. I mean, everybody raises their family like they want to. But I guarantee you, some of the things I see in the grocery store, in Walmart, things you see online, the way kids talk to their parents, I honestly do not think I'd be sitting here today if I talked to my mom and daddy like that. And there's a gap in there somewhere where we lost all that. I mean, not all of us. And I'm not saying all kids are bad. There's a lot of great kids out there. I talk to several every now and then on the knife page. great kids. Got a lot of respect for people. Got a lot of respect for parents. You know, until we fix that, we're not going to fix anything. Nothing. So that's what I think about it. But other than that, I'm happy. I got a lot of work done today. And I'm going to go in, like I said, and find me something to eat. And what else was I going to say? Oh, let me know. Available. I'm trying to round up some funds for some gasoline to get to where I need to be next month. And I will tell you more about that here in the next week or so. I've got to find out some more information, because I know where we're supposed to be up there right now for the meet and greet in Ohio. The river's flooded, and I don't think we can get into where we're supposed to be. So if it's not down by then, I don't know if there's an alternative place to go or all that, but I will find out and let y'all know, because I'm looking forward to that. I will have some knives with me for those of y'all that can make it. I'll have a few things with me. But I'm not even going to start on that until I get everybody's orders done. So still got plenty of work to do. Plus the grass has turned green and it needs cutting already. So I got all that to do too. So that'll do it for today. I thank y'all for watching. I thank y'all for your support. And I will see y'all in a day or two. Wait. I forgot to show y'all something. I was going to show you earlier, but I forgot. I finished my new carry knife. Now this is made out of one of those rasp that my buddy Tim sent me. How about that? That's almost a camp knife style. Sort of, maybe, almost, not quite. Crown stag handle, hidden tang. And I made this. I thought about putting it up for sale, but no, it's mine. Mine. Now somebody asked me why I was retiring my camp knife. I just like to carry something different every now and then. So there we go. That's what that one looks like. Now the edge is very good edge. Not quite what I want, but I'll get to it. I was in a hurry, so I just got it sharp, usable. I've used it all day today, my little here and there cuttings. And thought I'd show you that. I forgot to show you. So there it is. And I used the same sheath I had. I think I said that. Fits right in there. One more thing I was going to say. Now what was that? Oh, Portuguese pepper. Be interested in seeing that kit that you got when you get it put together. I'd like to see that. Keep in mind, those kits you buy, they're okay, they're fine. There's some better than others, and that will give you an idea of how everything goes together. But don't take this the wrong way, not at all. It's a good place to start, but that's still not a handmade knife. A handmade knife is something you cut the steel, you grind the steel, you cut the wood, you cut the pins, all by yourself. But that is a good place to start. You'll see how, like I said, you see how it goes together. And you can even take that, if you want, and make you a pattern to make something else. And modify it from there. But thought I'd mention that too. Don't take it the wrong way. I don't think you will. You know what I mean. But now I'm going to carry this one for a little while and use it. See how it works out. And I have plenty more rasp material. If anybody would be interested in one, I can make another one like it, or another one similar to it. And my old camp knife, I cannot sell that. Somebody asked me about it. I can't. my buddy Master Sergeant, he's wanted that knife since the day I made it. So that belongs to him. You might talk to him, and he might bite your head off. But anyway, the old camp knife is his, and I will, of course, make more as we go along. So now, the end this time for sure.